How do scammers make millions of dollars, even from the most skeptical people? What unexpected schemes have been devised in different countries?
My name is Knox, and today I will show you the most cunning tricks used by scammers so you can stay alert.
I've saved the creepiest scam, which is gaining momentum right now, for last. Let's start with a scheme that's currently active. Online, you can easily stumble upon not just fake websites, but entire counterfeit online stores. You've seen different sellers on marketplaces, right? Often, these stores offer electronics like smartphones or laptops at suspiciously low prices.
I got you, homie!
And it seems like the seller won't receive the money until you get the product. So where's the catch? What happens after the money is paid? The first scenario, the buyer receives nothing. This is especially common with individual websites. Scammers simply disappear after receiving the money. Marketplaces, though they have control systems, aren't foolproof either, as scammers officially set up a seller's page using drop accounts. People with one-day companies.
You place an order, hoping to snag a deal, and then the seller claims that the product is out of stock on that marketplace.
They immediately offer a solution. Order through this link at the same sweet price, but from another warehouse or marketplace. However, the link leads to a fake payment page. As a result, you're left without the product, without money, and without trust in marketplaces.
Oh, hi, Mark.
How much do they earn from this scheme? Hundreds of thousands of dollars, since there are many deal hunters and the products are usually expensive, like phones and laptops. And what about good old Bitcoin? Cryptocurrencies have ushered in an era of new financial scams. One common scheme involves hacking the accounts of well-known individuals. Scammers, using these profiles, convince people to send money to a specific wallet, promising quick profits.
It's payback time.
Send $10 and Elon Musk will send you 20. Who wouldn't agree to that? But as soon as the money is sent, it disappears. Another popular scam is financial pyramids disguised as cryptocurrency projects. Attracting attention with the buzzword blockchain, these schemes easily find victims among those eager to invest in something new without understanding it. After all, the promised returns are sky high. The beginning is always promising. The first investors might even receive payouts, sharing their success with friends. But as soon as the flow of new investors slows, the pyramid collapses, leaving behind disappointed and cheated investors.
How can you avoid falling into this trap? It's always important to thoroughly vet projects and remember the golden rule.
If an offer seems too good to be true, it probably is just a scam.
Come on now, dawg.
Often, even top-tier stars and athletes are recruited for promotion because the money involved is astronomical, hundreds of millions of dollars. Now let's talk about a classic scam that constantly evolves with new nuances. Yes, I'm talking about scammers pretending to be bank employees. They inform you about suspicious transactions, a change in your financial number, or the closure of your account, trying to incite panic.
In such moments, critical thinking often shuts down, which scammers use to their advantage, demanding that you don't talk to outsiders and don't hang up the call.
The first scenario, scammers ask you to install a remote access app, explaining it's necessary for ensuring security. This is a quick and easy way to steal money. The second, more sophisticated method involves a prolonged process of manipulating the victim, convincing them to transfer all their funds to a safe account and take out loans. This process can drag on for weeks or even months, with financial losses amounting to millions. This scheme remains relevant despite numerous warnings in the media and on financial platforms. One simple rule can help you avoid this type of scam. If you receive alarming news from someone claiming to be from your bank, it's better to hang up immediately.
Gay!
There are call centers full of scammers like these all over the world. The largest one was found in India, where thousands of specialists were scamming people from the USA. Can you imagine? But it's not just banks that scammers use to trick people. Scammers never tire of finding new ways to manipulate their victims. One variant of a classic phone scam is a call from someone pretending to be a law enforcement officer. They often use the names of intimidating organizations, such as the Economic Security Office of the FSB or the FBI, to sound more convincing.
The scammer might inform you about a criminal case involving fraud where you're supposedly the victim,
Or about forged documents involving your name.
What?
Another common scenario involves claims that your unified interbank code has been stolen, supposedly giving access to all your accounts and deposits. A new trick that has become especially popular recently involves scammers claiming that funds from your account were transferred to support terrorist organizations. Imagine the panic this causes. As in the previous scheme, the scammers offer a safe solution. Transfer your funds to a secure account.
You serious?
It's hard for many people to believe they've been scammed, especially when the scam is so well planned. But data isn't just stolen online. Get ready for a new phobia, but I have to warn you.
New face filters on Instagram today.
Skimming is a method of financial fraud where data from a bank card is stolen using special devices called skimmers. These devices often look like overlays attached directly to ATMs and are disguised as part of the machine, making them hard for an ordinary user to notice. The skimmers work by reading the information from the card's magnetic strip or chip when someone inserts it into the ATM to withdraw cash or perform another transaction. The captured data, including the card number and its dump, is transmitted to the scammers. This information can then be used to create copies of the card or to withdraw funds directly from the account through online purchases. Skimming devices are often installed on ATMs in high-traffic areas or in unfamiliar cities where tourists might not be aware of the risks. Once the data is stolen, the scammers may slowly drain money from the card, while the cardholder might not even notice until the bank notifies them of an unusual transaction. Additionally, the stolen information can be sold on the dark corners of the internet known as the darknet. Where other criminals can use it to create fake cards and withdraw cash through intermediaries, profiting from illegal operations.
This makes skimming one of the most dangerous and widespread forms of cyber fraud.
Because tracing it back to its source is nearly impossible. It's worth mentioning that billions of dollars are involved in this field. For those who were active on the internet in the early 2000s, the so-called Nigerian Letters are all too familiar. These spam messages promised a large inheritance from a distant relative who had supposedly left millions in Nigeria or another far-off country. To supposedly claim this money, all you needed to do was pay a certain fee or lawyer's services. You didn't even need to travel. Someone kind would help you handle everything remotely. Convenient, right? Today, despite widespread awareness and warnings, this type of scam still exists, although in slightly different forms. Now scammers may use more modern communication methods, such as emails, social networks, and even messengers, making their offers more convincing.
I'm here to tell you right now.
They often pretend to be from major brands, announcing that you've won various sweepstakes
And only need to pay a tax on your winnings.
There are many variations, but remember, there's no such thing as a free lunch, How do scammers make millions by preying on loneliness? Dating site scams are a common issue, with one of the most widespread methods being the creation of a perfect partner's profile.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
Scammers skillfully use well-crafted, generic messages designed to tug at the heartstrings. The profiles they create often describe people with attractive qualities. Successful, educated, with no bad habits, living in affluent countries, and leading active lifestyles. They might pose as doctors, pilots, or entrepreneurs, often claiming to be widowed or single, adding a touch of tragedy to their stories that elicits a desire to help.
These scammers send their messages to many users,
hoping that some will respond. If they do, the scammer then intensifies their work on the victim, gradually earning their trust and convincing them of their feelings, all leading to an eventual request for money to cover some urgent need, such as medical treatment, tickets, or legal assistance. These scammers quickly move to serious topics, talking about the future, family, and the importance of relationships, creating an illusion of closeness and sincerity.
And I've decided that I want to die.
They often avoid asking personal questions to avoid revealing their lack of interest in the details of your life. Instead, they may give general compliments that could apply to anyone. One common scheme is asking for financial help for a relative's medical treatment. How can you refuse someone you've grown fond of and been communicating with for a long time? You might even be friends or in love.
Remember, scammers work hard and patiently to earn your trust,
showering you with compliments and focusing on your best qualities. No one asks for $1 million for their mother's treatment on the second day. Everything is done subtly and gradually. They will lead you to discover why your conversation partner is in a bad mood, or why they keep visiting the hospital, eventually pushing you to believe that you are their only chance to save a loved one. Another common scam involves asking you to send an SMS to a short number, supposedly because the scammer is in a situation where other communication methods are unavailable. Sending a message to such a number usually results in significant financial losses, as it can act as a PIN code for accessing your bank account. The ticket scam is also popular. The scammer claims they really want to visit you but can't afford it. If you decide to test their intentions, offer to buy the tickets yourself through the official airline website after they provide the necessary documents. Refusal to accept this offer should raise red flags. Another scam involves sending gifts. The scammer asks for your address and details to send a gift, but to receive the package, you'll need to pay a customs fee. Clever, right? And lastly, there's the scam involving nude photos or videos. Not only women, but men also fall for this, especially those who like to impress their conversation partners with racy videos. They flirt with you, arouse you, and make you do extraordinary things on camera, only to later threaten to send the footage to your colleagues and relatives unless you pay up. Many agree too embarrassed to go to the police. Is there anything new? Yes, QR code scams are becoming increasingly common among cybercriminals who use new technologies to steal data and money.
QR codes, which have become a convenient way to quickly pay for goods or services,
such as renting a scooter or a portable charger, can now be a tool for fraud. Criminals might place fake QR codes in public places or even on actual devices, leading not to official service pages but to fraudulent websites that look almost identical to the real ones. When you scan such a QR code and enter your bank card details to pay for a service, the information goes straight to the scammers, who can then use it to illegally access your finances. It's as simple as putting up fake codes and then counting the money. Ingenious, right? To avoid falling victim to this type of fraud, always use official apps or websites for paying for services. This will ensure the security of your financial and personal data. When using QR codes, always make sure that the code is from a reliable source and that the link you follow after scanning belongs to an official service.
We don't do that here.
Remember, the security of your financial information starts with your own actions and vigilance. Here's another hot scheme. Job scams with upfront payments are common online, where potential employers offer high-paying jobs with flexible hours working from home, such as editing product listings on marketplaces. However, before starting work, they require you to pay for courses, commissions, software subscriptions, or access to a paid account.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
A separate scam involves modeling agencies that promise to include men and women in international databases for photo shoots for hundreds of thousands of dollars. They set up a photo shoot at an inflated price, charge a fee, and then tell you to just wait. As you might guess, nothing happens after that.
Even taking these agencies to court is difficult because they charge you for services rendered,
like photography, styling, and makeup. And the other promises are hard to prove.
Who are you?
Just remember, a truly good and interested employer won't ask you for money to get hired. And the last scheme that works even on the most skeptical people. This is a new trend in the world of cybercrime, where scammers use voice messages and video clips in messengers for their schemes. They hack accounts,
Emotional damage!
analyze chat history, and find audio files to use for scams. After all, there are plenty of neural networks out there that can clone a voice and face. So, pretending to be a close person, they might send a message asking for urgent financial help. This makes the scam particularly convincing because hearing a familiar voice makes many people not question the authenticity of the message, especially if it comes from an old account. However, these are the moments when extra caution is needed.
It's important to always double-check the information, especially when it involves money.
It's better to call the person directly and confirm whether they really sent that message. Just keep in mind that this is now possible. And it doesn't require any special skills. Even a school kid could clone your voice or face in just a few clicks. So, the new era of fraud has arrived. What can you do? You need to secure your accounts in messengers so they can't be hijacked and used to scam your friends and family.
You're broke!
Don't click on suspicious links and don't share your information with strangers. These simple measures will help protect you from potential threats and fraud.
Pretty harsh, right? Which scheme surprised or scared you the most? Write in the comments.
And yes, if you love interesting stories, can write scripts, edit videos, or do voiceovers, join my Telegram bot through the link in the description. I'd be happy to collaborate. And thanks for watching.